my channel. How are you today? Today I'm here with a tutorial on this look. Truth be told, let me just put it all out there. I filmed this look at 9 o'clock this morning and it is currently 9:30 p.m. this night. So the tutorial portion that you see will be a lot more fresh looking than what you're looking at now. And for some reason, I didn't record the intro and the outro to that video. That happens, you know, that just happens. Mommy thug life over here, it just happens. Life likes to get in the way of my life. What can I say? So if you guys have been keeping track of my videos, you know that I recently reviewed the brand SHEA Moisture, which currently all of this stuff is in front of my face right now. And along with that review came these eyeshadow palettes from SHEA Moisture. In that review I told you, they're probably not my favorite. They're not difficult to use, but they do lack a little bit of pigmentation and they don't last very long on the skin, even if you use a primer. So that was a review on these eyeshadow palettes, but this is still a helpful tutorial because if you were interested in a very easy brown smoky eye, this is a way that you can achieve it. And I feel like a brown smoky eye is really good training wheels into the smoky eye world. You can do a blue smoky eye, you could do a black smoky eye, you could do any color smoky eye, but starting off with a brown one is always like the easiest way to sort of tiptoe your way into the shallow end of the pool. So I thought, you know what? I'm reviewing this palette, I'm reviewing this brand, might as well film this tutorial for anyone that's interested in hearing me talk and making a video that could be 6 minutes long, 26 minutes long. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this eye look, then please keep watching. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're gonna do is take the SHEA Moisture palette in Desert Sand. That's this one right here with the beautiful like warm browns and an emerald shade. And we're gonna take the first color and Bdellium 778. You guys know where that's going. That's gonna go underneath the brow bone and down to the crease. Some of these colors are a little bit hard to pick up and they don't translate very well onto the skin. I feel like almost once they touch your skin, they get a little bit dull, not as rich in color. Then I'm gonna take a flat shader brush and the deepest color in this palette, this chocolate brown, and that's gonna go all over the lid. You wanna be really careful so that you don't mess up your makeup. Now take a blending brush with no additional product and we're gonna run that along the edges so that there are not as harsh of a line on the brown shade. Then take a transition blending brush, like a big giant fluffy blending brush. And originally I had wanted to use this like copper shade in the palette and I noticed that it wasn't probably the best option. So what I did instead is I took a blush. This is a powder blush in this shade Peach Coral. I was gonna say Coral, Peach Coral. And that's actually what I'm gonna use as a transition. So don't be so restricted, you know, with your choices. If it's a powder product and it's safe for the eyes, usually something that doesn't have a red pigment, you know, be creative. And since this is the blush that I'm wearing on my face, it'll kind of tie the whole look together. So that's going to be our transitional shade. After that, go in with a smaller blending brush and the middle brown shade right here, and that's going to go into the crease, like exactly into the crease. You don't want it to go too far into your transitional shade because you still want that gradient effect and you still want that warm shade to show up. You guys know what? I have done so many warm tutorials lately. I need to do something cool. Like I need to go through my stash and find a cool palette. Maybe something blue or lavender, maybe pink. I don't know. I need to switch things up a bit, but I've just been so in love with warm eye looks recently that I can't get enough. Now what I'm gonna do is go back into that flat shader brush and intensify that dark brown if I need to, which usually I do because I'm a little bit wild with my blending. Like I go all around and I usually get rid of too much product. Now moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take this beautiful emerald shade here, and I'm gonna do sort of like a two-step process. I'm gonna take the color on a shader brush like this, and I'm gonna dip it in like this. What's this? Vertically, directly into the pan. And I'm gonna run that on the lower lash line, sort of loosely. And you guys can see how dark this emerald is. It's a really deep emerald. There's not a lot of like jewel tone to it. It's not very metallic or anything. And then after I do that, I'm going to take this same brush, the same tapping, and then wet my brush and run that again on the lower lash line to kind of just ever so lightly intensify the sheen in this eyeshadow, because even though it's sort of like a shimmery metallic shade, can't really pick it up unless you wet the shadow. And that's one of the cool things about this palette, is that it's a wet and dry palette, so you can wet it or you can use it dry. If you use it dry, it's not gonna be as intense, so it'll be a little bit more, you know, school appropriate, work appropriate. If you wanna intensify things, you can wet the shadows, it'll be a lot more intense, and it'll be great for, you know, a date night or party look, or I don't know, Tuesday night, whatever. So that's what I did there. And then I'm also going to take this brush that I use for the dark brown and just kind of wipe it off a little bit and take a little bit of that blush and run that below the emerald color. That's just gonna kind of tie things together and make it a little bit less harsh or intense. Now I'm gonna go in with mascara, and this is, I think, the volumizing, yeah, absolute volumizing mascara from SHEA Moisture. And I'm gonna do a couple coats on my top and bottom lashes. I'm going to go in with a brown pencil, and I'm going to tightline and waterline with a brown pencil. So it's not going to take too much away from the eye look that's already brown and the color of my eyes, but it will also help me out in the lash department since I don't have very many. So what I'm going to do is take this brown pencil, go into the tightline and the waterline, and then I am done with this eye look. So let's do this without poking my eyes or going blind. And that is it for this tutorial. Super easy, right? I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will link the review on the SHEA Moisture products in the description box below, along with other useful information that I can find for you guys. If you guys have any additional requests, questions, or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And like always, if you found this video useful, entertaining, or learned something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye, guys.